Hey everyone! Welcome to my reflection vlog. I am Kiara Madredejos, and today we will be tackling all about the Philippine history. So which part specifically sa Philippine history? Kaya daghan man dyan hitabo sa to ang history dito sa Philippines, no? I'm talking about the Philippine Revolution that happened in 1892, wherein the Katipuneros or the Filipino people finally made a stand, which was led by our Philippine national heroes, Andres Bonifacio, Jose Rizal, Emilio Aguinaldo, and the like. So, what really happened during the Philippine Revolution? So, sa Philippine Revolution, mga tao is katungan yung sikat ganyan hitabo, katong punitin ang sedula. Di ba? We are all aware man kay na lesson naman siya from elementary, high school, up until now our college, which is actually understandable. Okay. Maisip nimo ba nga, importante man dyan ang ato ang history, no? So, dapat lang gid nga permanente siya i-lesson. So, mao na karon sa mong kuan kay gitask me nga basahon ng article to refresh our memory what happened again during the Philippine Revolution and asked to make a reflection. So the reflection I've chosen is actually the mirror type, wherein I'm asked to discuss the topic. Is it present, and what do I feel about it, and why? So again, the topic is about the Philippine Revolution. So we are all aware kung saan gibuhat sa mga Katipuneros, ang sacrifice, the bloodshed, everything that happened during the time. So is it still present? No. Because I don't really think there is much need to revolutionize kay because of them we were granted freedom, di ba? Mugani nag-celebrate ang Independence Day because of the bravery of the Filipino people dati, itong mga ancestors nato, atong mga national hero. Because kanang ilahad yung gitulon gani ang kahadlok kay dili nila madawat nga magpa-under lang ta. So it is no longer present because there is no need to revolutionize. Siguro except atong nindaog si Bongbong Marcos, because a lot of people are against Marcos and I'm not one of them kay support ko siya ha. I really think that his system and ways would help the economy of the Philippines. But back to the topic, Philippine Revolution. I think it is only present in the way nga katong mga supporters ni Leni, which was the main opposing team, daghang uban presidential candidates nga oppose kang Bongbong. Pero ang pinaka prominent is kang Leni Robredo, which they call themselves kakampings. These kakampings decided to revolutionize, sila sa social media since naman taron new generation na natay social media. Nagtry sila protesta ilahanggi kanang antay kay sila ba kang Marcos. So nagapaglabas sila mga awareness nga he is a thief lagi daw and the apple doesn't fall from the tree. So naay chance nga Bongbong will be just like his father. And so ask what do I feel about this topic? Siguro it's sad knowing kanang other countries took advantage of our lack of resources, our lack of manpower and gunpower. Kay alangan gamay good kay ta compared sa sa for example no sa America, ang America ana guro pa dako tas kita kay ana ra. Dili ana ra jud ta kagamay. So kung gusto nilang atakon ta, if they wishes to do so, if they wanted to own us, it would be very easy. Siguro mga 10 lang guro ka jet planes kani atomic bombs pwede natin latwadapan. Tas wala na, daog na sila. So it's kind of sad knowing kanang instead of choosing peace, instead of being satisfied with the land that they have, they still want to dominate and invade other countries just to expand their own. Wala silang satisfied sa ilang, pero gusto pa nila taasan gani ilang kanang economic ug social status gani. There are other ways to do that naman, like siguro just be a better president. Siguro instead nga mag-dominate kag laing country, instead nga mangpahamak ka pa kag laing mga civilians, mga innocent people, siguro it's better to be just a better president for the sake of your country if you really wanted it to improve. So that would be all about the Philippine Revolution. So that's that about the Philippine Revolution. Now we'll be moving on to a next topic, which I will be getting from my midterm nga nasad nga module. So ang katugan niya is gikan to siya sa prelim karon tag-isa lang ko ang kuan kada reflection. But if you want to read more, if you want to know more how I feel about sa atong Philippine history, all about the articles that I have read, you can always contact me, PM me, and if you have doubts nga ako naghimo ato, you can always come here. Nako sa Martinez Phase 1, kaya nako to himo ng reflection si mong atubangan. Well, anyways, enough about that. Let's proceed to the Torrentera Midterm Reflection, which is Cluster 7. In 1899, Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, called the Malolos Convention, was established. So this constitution was implemented to help in order to establish justice and to provide for common defense. So, the reflection that I used this time is called telescoping. Diba kay ganiha mirror man to karon kay telescope na puta. Kaning telescope ang ihang way ani niya kay ang imuhang i-connect ang topic sa kanang issue gani nga kanang it's either local, national, international, miska unsa nga issue basta imuha siyang i-connect. Tapos, how it affected you as, ay kung present pa ba siya, how it affected you as a student, and how it affected you as a youth, and why. So, the issue that, this di ba, taning Malolos Convention, kay gihimo siya para protektahan ng mga tao gani, as long as you are a confirmed legal citizen of the Philippines, you will be protected by the government, na ay ka ng mga, mga benefits nga makuha nimo pag, only if you are, an actual confirmed legal citizen of the Philippines. Ita mga term na. Anyway, so since telescope man ko, the occurring issue that I chose, I think is much more related to this, is actually the human rights. I know we are all aware what human rights is naman, diba? Pero to enlighten you, human rights is a law basically made whenever our right as a human is being challenged, like our right to freedom of thought, conscience, religion, belief, basically anything that hinders you from being human. So you may be wondering why the Human Act is considered an issue. That is because a lot of wealthy mango, the powerful officials, actually use this act and take advantage of it. They make up their own problems and find a way around it for their own benefit. Like a great example for this would be when a male citizen whose name I won't mention for privacy purposes, actually played as a victim and reasoned human rights to get what he wanted. It was obvious good nga sa sugod pa lang nga the whole thing was absolutely rigged, gani nga it was clearly staged. But since he had the money, he used it to buy the judge, and the case was immediately closed. Muna siya nakaapan gyud kay mapalit ra gani siya, imbis nga mas maka-feel kag safety kay naa siya nga law nga para protektahan ka, to guide you, to govern you, basta to safeguard you, tas mabalaan na lang nimo nga na ay mga kurap nga mga official people who are more fortunate in life nga dali ra kaayo paliton ang kaning human rights. So next, how does it affect me as a student? As a student, like I said, instead of feeling satisfied and knowing that I have human rights acting like an invisible shield made to keep us secure and guarded, I am having doubts for my own welfare na, since I have to travel and leave the house constantly to fulfill and do multiple projects. Kay malamang estudyante kailangan gid maglabas-labas og balay kay mga group projects, kay di man na mabuhat nga ako kung sila man ni diri sa balay lain kaayo no. And as a youth who likes to go to places and hang out gani and spend time with families and friends, I think this needs immediate actions and find ways to eliminate the corrupt pattern and system it has brought upon. Okay, if this continues to grow, then I don't think it's there to serve us anymore. It's only there to inflate the ego sa katong mga tao nga naay kwarta, naay ikabayad, na ikapalit. So in conclusion, both the human rights and the Convention of 1899 deserves to be looked into. Both are to be applied to sustain and maintain the peace of our country. Because Philippines is a country with rampant, violent, and dehumanizing crimes. One of them would be human trafficking, rape, but when carried out properly, I think the aforementioned crimes and many others would be reduced and avoided further. Although to guarantee that said crimes would no longer be wala na gani siya, is an overstatement, since the problem is on the person, and every day nabe perminti ginaanak ka, so dili gid kung ay perminti anak nga baby, napoy possibility nga atong baby nga ginak mahimong kriminal, so dili jud mawala ang crime. Pero it would be more restrained, it would be more organized ang atong kuan ba, dili siya parehas strong uncontrolled. There would be lesser problems, more justice, and lesser victims. So let's proceed to my final examination. Again, ang daghan akong gibuhatan ning reflection, gigamit na ako ang tulo ka types, mirror, microscope, and telescope, but ako ang iingon lang is isa lang no. If you want to read, I'll say this again, if you want to read, want to know what I feel and how I made my reflection sa soft copy, you can always message me or we can talk in personal. Kung gusto niyo pwede ta mag-Gmeet, istoryahan natin yung mga topic nga naa. So ang akong topic nga pilion sa final is the Republic Act 1400. Tas ang gamiton akong reflection kay microscope na pud kay nag-mirror og telescope man ta ganiya. So ang microscope mamili kag isa ka sentence nga gikan dito sa article nga gibasa nga kana na struck or na affect ka. Tas ako kay ang napili nako kay katong phrase nga ana siya nga Ramon Magsaysay, the third president of the Third Republic, announced during his first State of the Nation address that agriculture would be a priority of his administration. And the statement nga kato siya nga statement mo to siya actually ang first sentence gani sa article, and it also captured my interest, which is why I chose it sa ako ang microscope. So these simple words actually mean more than just what it feels, than just what it leads on. Kay kuan man go, diba? Farmers nowadays are being neglected, unappreciated. Pag magpalit og bugas kay mahal na kaayo, pero ang pagpalit sa ilaha kay barato ran, pero pag maabot na sa to kay diba overpricing na, which is why they are struggling. And it's very ironic when you think about it, because they are the ones who are planting the food we consume, yet they are the ones starving and in need for food. So when former President Ramon Magsaysay took it upon himself to prioritize and help them, it warms my heart kay, di ba? Ang iyang goals and objectives are no longer visible as of now, which makes it more important to remind the people of the sacrifices of the farmers and give them the prize and recognition they deserve. Di ba kay maka-inspire siya, isipon nimo nga ang kuan siya nga president kanang aware siya sa struggle sa poverty nga na cause tungod kay wala na tagaag enough acknowledgement, wala na tagaag enough credit ang ato ang mga farmers. Kay sila ba ang nakakuan gid sa tuang economy gani. Dili jud na mo saka ang atong economy kun dili na to siya tagaag tama ang importansya nga deserve niya. And I think the societal implication ani kay it shows that the new generation actually does indeed kanang gina-affect jud niya ang ato ang society, ang ato ang palibot in more ways than one. Like how we only share gani videos and articles to raise awareness about this particular issue but does nothing to follow up the words we spit out. Like pareha atong katong pila na do ka years lagi daw ang earth kay nagubaan na, di ba, ang atmosphere. Tas ang ibuhat lang sa uban kay nagamit na sila ekosya, nag-share lang sila, pero nagalabay gyapon mis kang asa, nagadaob gyapon og plastic, nagagamit gyapon og ginasira gyapon ang Mother Earth kanang burag sa social media lang gani aron ingnon lang sa social media ba mag-share lang siya. But balik ta sa topic. So the government's negligence and corruption has led our economy at a standstill. Although we are not depleting economically man kay stable rata, mo gan nag-maintain ta kay wala ta nagsaka, wala pud ta ning naog, wala nag-maintain ang poverty diri sa ato. So ang situation sa poor remains unchanged despite the colorful promises and words of politicians during ang mga election gani mayunon sa nga kani ako buhaton natin ni para sa mga farmers, para sa mga pobre ani tas tatutanang wala tanan. Kay most voters man god are easily swayed by these delusional words and forgets to check facts and see whether they did stay true with their words. I don't want to get political, but this RA 1400 is only a bust because the people who are sitting at their thrones are far too greedy and too high up their horses to care for commoners and are only interested in the power they will get with their position. Nga instead nga mag-serve gid sila, ang gusto lang nila buhaton, instead nga mag-serve sila, ang ilang mag-take responsibility, and they turn a blind eye and refuses to pay attention sa mga occurring issue sa mga dapat nga isulbad diri sa tuang country. But I'm not going to stereotype and say nga tanang politiko ha ay ani kay ako na buto man pug ko, akong careful og buto. Pero most manggod, di ba? Pati diri sa sa Mati, dili na ko i-mention kay basig delicate ta. Pero na isa ka politiko nga kanang kusog ang spread sa rumor sa iya kay kuan lagi daw kanang corrupt daw siya batas. Nga instead nga ang kwarta gani nga para sa tao kay iyahang ginabusa tas himo siya mga events para aron ingnon gani nga kanang nagtabang siya sa Filipino. Pero ang iyang gibuhat ti ay kung ang budget sa, for example ang budget sa para atong event kay example lang niya 10,000, ang iyang gigamit sa event 5,000 lang. So ang 5,000 maiyahan na. Kana siya nga way, kana siya nga system is called corruption, which is a very toxic trait nga dili gyud mawala-wala when it comes to government. Mis kaasa pa nga sulok sa mundo, di gyud na siya mawala unless ang way government malamang wala. Pero naagi na siya kay kanimang good, we humans man good are naturally hungry da according to philosophers and scientists. Pero nana si mo kung magpadala ba kasi yung instinct kung magpa-control ba ka ana. Pero normally, mga government, mga politicians, they are hungry for power and feeds off on other people's misery and steals from the poor, which makes crimes rampant and present in an everyday neighborhood. So, in conclusion, the RA 1400 is an asset to a better future, where there would be less poverty, a brighter future for those who were less fortunate, to mga kanang nakahuman nag-eskwela, so nag-farming na lang, kanang mga tao nga magsasaka na lang just to make a living, just to eat 3 times a day. So I want to give light to them and inform everyone that the farmers are the backbone of our society. They are the ones who provide us all the food that we eat. As a result, the entire population of the country depends upon farmers. Be it the smallest or the largest country, ang farmers yun ang pinaka-importante. Because of them, only we are able to live on the planet. I dili good totally, pero kanang tay makaon day kung may farmers day. Thus, farmers are the most important people in the world. Though farmers have so much important, they still do not get the proper acknowledgement, the credit that they deserve, and they still do not have proper living. Kay farmers have great importance in society kay sila naga-provide sa tuang ginakaon, since every person needs proper food man, diba, para mabuhi. So they are actually a necessity in society, and they are just human like the rest of us, and we all have equal significance. So I will say it one more for the last time. Let us acknowledge the farmers. Let us give them what they deserve. Pareha atong katong isa pa ka final examination nga reflection kauban ani itong Republic Act 6577. Kato siya nga Republic Act, naghatag siya land para sa mga farmers. Kato siya kay burag kuan siya, going hand in hand siya aning Republic Act 1400. And if you wanted to read more about that, you can message me again. Pero to end this, I wanna say that the Philippine history is an important part of our being, because we will not be Filipino if we are not aware of where we are from. Kaya diba na sila nga, ang taong hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan, hindi makakarating sa paroroonan. Char, Tagalog ko ba? Anyway, once again, I am Kiara Madredejos, and I live in Martinez Phase 1. If you wanna talk to me, pwede ko na yung message, Kiara Madredejos akong Facebook. And that will be the end of our reflection vlog. Thank you for watching.